you so much for talking with us today, Dave. We've got the founder of the B.C.Rich Junkies Facebook page with us, and I hear you've got some important news for us.
I do. About 3 months ago, about 2.5 to 3 months ago, I took over the B.C.Rich Custom Shop.
Wow. That's some great news.
Yeah, it is. We put together a great team, and we've got a lot of very special things for all the old B.C.Rich fans coming up real soon.
Oh, that's really awesome to hear. How have you managed to keep it quiet for 3 months?
I just didn't tell anybody. No, in all seriousness, I told all the people that needed to know, and we've kept it a secret. And I got to admit, it kind of surprised me that we've been able to keep it a secret for this long.
I know, I don't think I'd have been able to keep my mouth shut with news like that. Oh,
yeah,
wow.
Yeah, it's kind of hard for me because, to be honest with you, I mean, I'm still a fan of all of this stuff, so I'm like a little girl about it, man. I'm smiling from year to year, and, every day when things change and things build up, it's just, every day's just been better than the last.
That's great. So, who are you bringing on with you?
Well, okay, the dream team that everybody's dying to know about would be Ron Estrada, Dave Cervantes, Neil Mosier, and Dan Lawrence.
Wow, you got all of the guys back together.
Yeah, a little bit.
How did you manage to bring them all in?
They're my friends. I just called them and asked them.
That would do it?
Yeah, no, in all seriousness, when I spoke to Gary Hanser and he offered me the custom shop, the first call I made was to Ron Estrada. And I already had Dave Cervantes on the back burner because I knew something was going on. Dave just happened to be moving back to L.A. and moving his entire guitar factory back to L.A. at the right time.
Right.
I mean, it's not like I wasn't going to use him. I didn't give a shit if we had to ship to Hawaii and back. It didn't matter. It's still made in the USA. No, Dave came back, and I had spoken to Neil about it. And Neil was interested. He wanted to see what I was going to do with it and how I was going to do. And I made a post on a page called B.C.Rich Alumni about what was going on.
Right.
And I posted some of the pictures of the guitars that we're currently building. And Neil asked if he can get involved. And who am I to say? Neil Mosier. He's a great friend of mine. And,
no, we don't want you.
Neil Mosier asked if he could be involved. So who was I to say no to him? Again, he's a friend of mine, so I had to decide one. We really wanted it. We didn't want to get any import, circuits, the Mosier circuits that come from, China or Japan or whatever.
Right.
I mean, I'm not dissing the quality on them. I mean, we use them in the custom, not the custom shop. They use them on the regular B.C.Rich lines, but in order to do this right, we had to have the real stuff. We're not CNCing our guitars. They're actually hand carved.
Wow.
We're not using veneers. We're not using any tops unless, a customer orders it. Every guitar we make is basically solid chunks of wood the way they made them back then. I mean, we got all the original templates from the 70s for the guitars. Thank you, Neil Mosier. So, I mean, we couldn't possibly do anything but the best in the guitars.
That's right. What are the build times looking like?
The build times are roughly about 6 months. I tell people roughly 6 months to give us a little wiggle room. In reality, the build time, let's put it this way. A customer ordered 3 guitars in October, and those guitars will be at NAMM.
Wow, that's what, 4 months? 5?
October, November, December, January. That's 3 months.
That's great. Build times were like a year and a half before.
Yeah, they were. Prices are also through the roof as well.
Right.
I mean, there was a guy that got a quote last year for a War Slinger with 3 single pickups and a Telly style bridge, and they wanted $7,400 for it.
Yeah, that's a kidney.
Yeah, that's a little stiff. So what we've been able to do, we brought the prices down about a little over 50%. We brought build time down about a third of what it was,
Wow.
and we brought the quality up.
Mhm.
You know, my whole thing was to build the greatest custom shop I possibly could.
Sounds like you're well on your way.
Yeah, well, you know,
So
we are, and we're trying. That's why we brought back a lot of stuff from the old days, including the people.
how did you bring that price down?
We got rid of the dealers. To be honest with you, we got rid of the dealers, and apparently Ron and Dave don't charge nearly as much as the old custom shop did.
Right.
You know, because that's the reason why the prices are what they are is because you had to go through a dealer, which usually has anywhere between $1,500 to $2,000 on view bill.
Right.
Well, just because they're basically nothing more than an order taker.
Yeah,
And
middleman.
$1,500 to $2,000 to do that.
That's a little
Whereas
crazy.
we have the Facebook page so that they can just come directly to us,
Mhm.
and we just pass the savings on to them.
That's great. So you've got your shorter build times. You've got, half the price that they have been. You've got the 1985 Dream Team.
Thank you. Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. We really put it together. I mean, that's not the only thing that we brought back from the 80s as well. For the first time in 40 years, a little special announcement, a little tidbit. For the first time in 40 years, we're bringing back the handmade in the USA acoustic line.
Really?
Acoustic guitars, acoustic basses, flamenco guitars, fat bottom guitars, single cutaway guitars, regular dreadnoughts, even a ukulele if you want it.
Oh my goodness, ukulele.
Flamencos, yes, we did. Did I say flamencos? Flamencos. Yeah, we're bringing back flamencos too.
Yeah, because Bernie got to start making flamencos, didn't he?
He did, indeed he did. He started, Bernie Senior's dad owned Casa Bernardo's guitars, which when Bernie got a little bit older and was working there, it turned into Bernardo Rico guitars, which obviously everybody knows turned into B.C.Rich. But yes, the first company was Casa Bernardo's, was a flamenco, and so was Bernardo Rico's. It was a flamenco company. So yes, we're going to be bringing the flamencos back as well. We're making sure that anybody can order anything they can possibly dream of.
That is amazing.
There's also not going to be any shapes or headstocks or anything that we don't make.
Oh, that's
you want
great.
An MK1 Ironbird, you're going to get an MK1 Ironbird. You want an MK1 Widow, you're going to get an MK1 Widow.
Oh, that is so exciting. And
we brought back the bigger headstocks too. We're not doing the little dinky headstocks or whatever. Full size headstocks, full size 4 1/4, script logos on the pointed in line. All of the shell is hand cut in house. The R's, the clouds, anything you can possibly dream of. If you want custom, you can think whatever you can think of, you can have on your guitar.
That's great. So you've got your handmade electric guitars. You've got the acoustic guitars. Was there anything else that you guys are going to be adding?
Actually, yes. Since Dave is moving his entire factory back from Hawaii, we do have CNC machines. And since we don't use CNC machines because we're a handmade custom shop,
right,
we were trying to figure out what to do with them. And we didn't want to sell them. We wanted to keep them. And especially since we have an entire factory, we figured, they could take up some space, whatever. So we decided to actually bring back, for the first time in 30 years, the Made in USA bolt-on line. And it's not just ST3s or Warlocks, Mocs, and stuff like that. You can get any shape you want. It's basically going to be a stripped-down bolt-on version, 2 hums or 1 hum, or, an ST3 version. It'll have dot or diamond inlays. We'll give you a couple of different headstocks you can choose from. Some people want a traditional, some people want a pointed inline.
Right.
So we'll give you a couple of different options. But it's basically to bring the price down even further and get made in USA guitars into people's hands for a reasonable price, for a cheaper price.
That is very exciting and great news for those of us who can't sell any kidneys.
Yeah. Again, we're here to help in any way possible.
Uh-huh.
We're here to work with anybody. I mean, the first thing that we wanted to do, like I said, was bring down the price and make it more feasible for people to actually get a USA handmade.
Uh-huh.
The bolt-ons, just as Bob Ross would say, just happened to be a happy little accident that, we're going to take full advantage of and give people more of a selection to choose from.
That's awesome.
When you limit your selection, you limit your clientele.
It's really true.
So if anybody can call us or email us and get anything they want built, as long as it's an official B.C.Rich shape, not making any Les Pauls, not making any SGs, no Kellys, none of that stuff. It's got to be an official B.C.Rich shape.
Awesome.
Yeah, we can do anything you want. You want that extra 5 millimeters off the back of your neck so it feels like an Ibanez? We can do that. We had a customer that basically ordered a Spectre in the shape of a B.C.Rich. But we can do it.
That's great.
We have the talent. We have the we have the people that can actually make that happen.
That's fabulous. So
we're extremely excited about it. I mean, there's a lot of great things on the horizon. Take for instance Brian from Praxis. I know a lot of people have been complaining. Oh, they're only doing this and that. No, they're not. They're just starting with that.
Right.
Brian only had 5 months to pull this all together.
He's done pretty dang good for only 5 months. I've seen that catalog that was posted. That was amazing.
Can I agree with the shapes that he chose? Yes and no, but you know what? That's what the future's for. And thank God Praxis owns their own factory, so in all reality, Brian can just whisper that he wants a fucking Ironbird, and a day later, not only will he have an Ironbird, but it'll be ready for market.
That is great news.
So, again, the wait time all around, people don't have to. We're trying to make it more accessible for everybody. There's a B.C.Rich out there in everybody's price range. There's a B.C.Rich out there for everyone on the planet.
That is, at this point, yeah, you have your imports. You're going to have your USA line now that you're managing the handmaids. What's coming up for NAM?
NAM or NAM, I don't even know what they call it anymore. It's always NAM. We got only three guitars going to NAM this year. Again, because we've only had 3 months to prepare.
Mm-hmm.
So, but there's going to be a veritable who's who at NAM.
Sounds like it.
Gary Hanser gave me a handmade right-handed 7-string Mockingbird with Bernie Rico Sr.'s autograph on it.
Oh.
It's at the custom shop right now. The entire back of the guitar will be signed by just about everybody who is anybody that worked at B.C.Rich, along with Bernie Rico's signature.
Oh.
Bernie Jr. will be coming down to NAM as well. He's going to sign it. Anybody that worked at B.C.Rich is going to sign the back of the guitar. The front of the guitar is going to be signed by everybody who ever played B.C.Rich.
Oh, wow. That's going to be a lot of fun.
So the NAM show is going to be a veritable who's who of B.C.Rich community. And it's just going to be a lot of fun, man. It's going to be great. There's going to be a lot of great people there, a lot of great things coming up. This next year for B.C.Rich is going to be a great one. At least we're hoping so.
It really sounds like it. You've got a lot on your plate, and you've done a lot of really great stuff in the time that you've been in charge.
Dude, I haven't done anything but put all these people in the same room together. That's it.
Excellent.
Oh, and NAM also, the entire NAM experience and all of the photos and videos and testimonials will be a Junkies exclusive. You'll be able to find it nowhere else on the internet but the Junkies. So if you do see it anywhere else, it's because they stole it.
Well, that's a lot of fun. That's great news.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Basically between Brian from Praxis and myself, the Junkies, sorry to say, but has been, is, and will continue to be the only source in the world for B.C.Rich.
That is as it should be.
I know it sucks. You know, everybody wants something, but it is what it is.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I want to thank you very much for sitting down with me today.
You know what? I can't believe you guys even want to go to me. Like I said, I didn't do shit but put these guys in the fucking room together.
Well, it was very exciting news, and thank you for letting me be the one to help you break it to the junkie world.
Thank you. Thank you for doing what you do. I love the show, and I love what you guys are doing. I love your hard work and dedication. You guys fucking rock.
Thank you. You guys, you have a good night.
You too. Good night.